rising Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 5-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon in Scorpio to full moon in Taurus, October into November 2022. I'm your reader. Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I'm a professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. It will be 24 and a half years in service. As of November 7th, I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You can preview it for free. And I am a creator on Patreon. Best career move I've ever made. Lovely subscription platform for the creative types. You can set your own subscription levels and the benefits you give to each of them, but I'll tell you what, every morning all of my subscribers get an unlisted YouTube live stream link where we can chat and talk about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications and the spiritual implications of said weather, ending with a little prayer, a little blessing. They also get, all of my subscribers also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as they also get the Zoom classes and workshops we started doing over there. We record them, so if they can't make it at the time of the recording, they can watch it back, and that is exclusive content. It won't be shown anywhere else, because I can record and upload, which is the coolest thing ever. So look, if you're looking for a deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come play Chan on Patreon. Because honestly, my beloved fire signs, my mutable fires, I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but please just call me Mal. Hey, my archers, ninth housers, you mutable fires, I hope you are well. But if you are new to the channel, just quickly, as if that were possible, a 5-card draw. All it is one card from 5 different decks, giving you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. In this case, a waxing moon, the beautiful new to full, starting in October, ending in November 2022. These 5 decks also represent the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, bringing them into alignment, clues, tips, and hints to help you plant a seed at the new, help it grow, and hopefully harvest at full, or in whatever divine timing is included there. So let's look at the timeline. I also do the shadow reads, the 8-card draw, full to new, right? That's the waning, just checking. So you clean the garden, you weed the garden, you clear the space. This is then planting a seed and watching it grow, like the new moon in Scorpio of all things, Tuesday, October 25th, 6:49 a.m. Eastern. I'm in New York. It is a partial eclipse, and come on, it's a new moon in Scorpio on Tuesday, Mardi, Mars Day, Mercredi, the day of Mars, and Scorpio used to be ruled by the planet Mars until Pluto came around and stole his heart. Just saying, my beloved Scorpios. So it could be very, very powerful day. Money, sex, power, mystery, depth, intuition, all sorts of kind of sort of seeds to plant there. But then we are looking at the 2 weeks following, including Samhain, November 7th, which is the day before the full moon. That is the astrological cross quarter of the pagan Sabbath of Samhain. I know everybody wants to make it Halloween, and that's fine. That's a fun night. Great, covens meet. Sometimes it's easy to do, sometimes it's not. But I will tell you that is the 15 degrees Scorpio is when the astrological seasonal cross quarter is. So just saying, because the next day, as I said, is the, when do you hear this? Full moon in Taurus, November 8th, 6:02 a.m. Eastern, total lunar eclipse. So to plant a Scorpio seed, 8th house dynamic, and to have it manifest in Taurus, 2nd house dynamic, life values, things of real value. If you go deep on this new moon, you could have something really long-lasting by full. Just saying. So look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because if it really resonates, suddenly if I'm from Australia, apparently, then absolutely check your other signs, because they're going to have maybe different seeds that you are sowing simultaneously sowing. Sounds like Suddenly Seymour, which is also a plant reference, oddly enough, but could also give you more clues, tips, and hints about whatever this timeline is we're about to look at. So, talking to the cross watchers here too. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath as we go along, if you will, so that we can help you, me and the Pantheons, do what I was sent in to do in this life, get you the guidance you need. We're going to start with the element of fire, what you yearn for, what you're burned for, your heart's desire, which we don't choose. They're assigned to us before we come down here into this, because you can't get rid of a heart's desire. But the more each and every one of us is manifesting our heart's desire, it's part of a much larger, ineffable, great plan. Good omens. We'll explain a good chunk of that for you. I think that's enough explanation for the newbies. Blessed be the newbies. But let's get to divination. Please take a nice deep breath. It's just necessary. You have to do all of that. I don't mind it at all. Still point. And that noise you are hearing in the background is recorded ocean waves to kind of nullify some of the stuff going on in my neighborhood. One more. Still point. Yeah, here we go. Using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, I call upon the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for the Sagittarius Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Doesn't matter which one is watching this. If they apply this, they're going to manifest something, and they're going to help everybody else, particularly the Sagittarian they're cross-watching for, as well as the entire Sagittarius Collective. So please, beloved ancestors, what is the spell fragment from the magical spell cards? A little clue, a little tip, a little hint to help them refine their element of fire, mutable fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, the seed they will cast, intend, manifest, vision board, whatever, for this beautiful October, November 2022. Divine guidance, so very up the Sagittarian 9th house spirituality expansion, milieu alley, as you will. The spell fragment whispers from the beings who shine, the shining ones maybe. Let their message be clear and kind. In other words, they're not going to hit you up in the side of the head with a Doc Martin. Divine guidance, unless they gotta, right? Unless you are delaying that which cannot be prevented, which I don't recommend. Because you just repeat it over and over. And then, Doc Martin, I'm Doctor. Oh, I Dr. Martin. So, like I said, very, very, very 9th house, Sagittarius vibe, right? Expansion, higher consciousness, travel, but that can mean spiritual evolution, philosophy, all of that Jupiterian stuff. Dig it. That could be about anything. Now, is your heart's desire divine guidance? Well, if not, because sometimes it is. Please, all I want is guidance. I don't want anybody's guidance down here. I want it this way, right? More vertical than horizontal. No, that's probably what is needed, because it is a what do I need read, to tune into divine guidance. But whispers from the beings who shine, meaning they're probably not going to Doc Martin you, nor are they going to give you billboards. They're going to give you the soft, the subtle, perhaps even while sitting in the silence, which is a lot of alliteration for the element of fire. So, let's do the element of earth, the fuel to feed that fire, using the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I adore this deck. Now look, if you have the stone indicated and you want to use it as a magical carrier, a touchstone, an amulet, a talisman, you do you, but clear quartz does everything, and you can always grab a piece of jewelry, because some of these stones are not just rare, some of them are just straight up expensive, but if you have them on hand, it's a nice little reminder. If you wear a piece of jewelry, you go, oh right, I have a spell, an intention, a something in process. So let's see what my beloved Archangel Ariel has to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel and Ariel, one of the archangels of the powers of North, the element of Earth, hence the crystal oracle. The Archangel of Lyons, Archangel Ariel. Please, one card in clarity for the beloved Sagittarius Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is their element of Earth? The oracle message that comes with it. Obviously, the fuel to feed their fire to ground and manifest their heart's desire. This beautiful, beautiful October, November 2022. Australian agate. Can you believe I said Australia before? See, I do Wim Hof before this. I do the Wim Hof method, the breath work, and I do it with Ho'oponopono, so I've been calling it the Wim Ho method. Sounds like West Hollywood method, the WeHo method, which better bring the astral glide. Australian agate, I think, is this the Traveler's Stone? I mean, I think all of these cards have come up. No, I've got some agate. I don't know if it's from Australia. Remember, you can use anything. But here are your key words: perception, strength, courage, stamina. Woof. Your power of perception, along with your mental and physical body, are presently being strengthened. Okay, so we're looking at element of air, right? Your mental, right? Your mental and physical. So your element of air and your element of earth are being strengthened. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem. Well, then hence, having that your perception's clear. Perception's not always truth. The sun does not rise in the east and set in the west if the planet Earth turns on an axis. Boom. Right? Ooh, really? Yeah. Truth, right? Divine guidance is not going to give you lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions. And that means oftentimes we are disillusioned when we have held on to something. So the strength, the stamina to even endure that can be formidable and worth waxing over a 2-week period. This problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. Okay, so soul contract, your relationship to at least one other person. You are being urged to stand your ground. I've never met a Scorpio that didn't. Yet keep your calm. I know a couple that did that. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. With a Sag, are you kidding? You get a flaming arrow of truth right in the third eye. The Sag-a-crabby ass mode, if you will. All concerned will soon realize the truth that you have already known for quite some time, that this particular person is simply not the person they present themselves to be. And look, who is 24/7, 365? Authenticity is tricky in this world, particularly if they burned you at the stake or stoned you to death, which is not as fun as you would think it would be. THC, CBD, EIEIO. But certainly an Australian agate might be helpful along the way. So I'm trying to remember, and I keep forgetting, to bookmark these, particularly when there are perception, strength, courage, right? The courage to go through this, and stamina. And a lovely little smoky quartz on that to keep that open. And now we're going to the element of air, which is essential to the element of fire, but the element of air does not need fire, but fire certainly needs air, as well as earth fuel. So this is the Healing with the Angels Oracle. 2 ways to read this. Whatever the phrase, the word, whatever it is, look it up. Finding the ancient and original meanings of words, the etymology, not the entomology. One is words, one is bugs. Let's do words, use your words. To sometimes find an ancient meaning makes this a more personal, specific read than a general for the watchers and the cross-watchers. Oh, the other is these are names of healing angels. Angels only come when they're invited, when they're called. Politely. Ceremonial through prayer. Sometimes help is good. So who's waiting to help you, right? These are different legions of healing angels. So just starting with the question mentally, what would their function be? What would they do? Please take a nice deep breath. We're talking to the angels for fire. Here we go. Still point. as I call upon the angels and archangels of fire, the legions of Archangel Michael, powers of the south, and Sagittarius, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. My beloved archers, ninth house dynamic, what is the element of air? To stoke and keep that fire going. Fire cannot exist without air, nor can desire really exist unless we feed it healthy thought. So please, who are the angels waiting in the wings with the wings, ready to swoop in and help the Sages and their cross watchers this beautiful, beautiful October, November 2022. Signs everywhere. There's signs. Oh dear. So look, obviously, you know, you can look up the meaning of signs, but I think you get what that means, right? So signs, potens, what is it? Portents, omens, good omens. Terry Pratchett, Neil Gaiman, whatever. The signs, the synchronicities, the writing on the wall, the invisible writing on the wall, and then you have a clairvoyant flash, and suddenly it makes sense. Putting the pieces together. What would their function be? Their function be, healing angels, would be to give you signs about healing this, particularly with divine guidance. I mean, these two go very well together, right? Because sometimes, you know, they just don't manifest on your couch, like Gary Renard, Disappearance of the Universe. Yeah, check that out, right? Sometimes they just don't show up, because I'm a quarter Sicilian. I don't think that would go well for any of us. What you doing in my house? Hey, yeah, the calm races is where I come from, apparently. German, British, Scottish, yeah, tricky. So, you know, they're going to bring you healthy signs. They're going to bring you signs to do this in a healthy way, particularly if confronting a toxic person who's not as they appear to be. Work. Right? Good element of air to feed that fire of divine guidance. God, if I just knew what the divine wanted me to do on this. Call to the healing angels of signs. It's very Agatha Christie. It's very MC Beaton. It's very Clue. It's very Murder by Death. Please take a nice deep breath. So let's talk to the higher selves for the element of water. Still point. Yeah, I feel you. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, because obviously there's at least one other person involved in this one, according to the Australian Agate Oracle here. Beloved, higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the element of water, the heart stuff, the energy in motion we experience as emotion? For the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the juice to the spell to make it go. For their element of fire, divine guidance with Australian agate, perception, strength, courage, and stamina, helping them to ground that and manifest that. And if they're calling in the healing angels of signs, what would be the piece of information, inspiration, insight needed for the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, cross watchers for the element of water? This beautiful October, November 2022. Demonstrate love. You know, nothing blows their gaskets when someone's pulling a sneaky as when you come from a place of spiritual unconditional love. Which means you prepare, which means you build for it. Ho'oponopono, reiki, shmeiki, eggs and bakey. Clean up your part of it, right? You don't go in there. You can go in there with flaming arrows of intent, but maybe not flaming arrows of wrath. Deadly sin. And you know, you guys are skilled at speaking the truth, but sometimes it flies out of your mouth like a flaming arrow. So that's why I think this thing is also saying be calm, right? Be calm. You have stamina. You can do this. And I would certainly consider demonstrating love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. Well, sometimes that is not necessarily biting your tongue, but soft of eye and light of touch. Speak ye little, listen much. Thank you, Doreen Valiente. Blessed be. Digging that big time. Loving that. for you so that you can demonstrate love. Now, just like you go to a demonstration, you know, like at a Price Club or something, and they're giving out demos, you know, pieces of cheese with something in a toothpick, right? They're doing a crepe maker, you know, whatever. Here's the demonstration. You can demonstrate for them what it's like to come from strength and courage and stamina, demonstrating love. Teach them by example. Nothing burns their asses more, right? But hey, it's part of their personal alchemy too. We're all in this together. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I forgives myself. Let's get your last card down here. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, the card of spirit to charge the whole thing. So if you take an Australian agate or whatever piece of jewelry, really a rock from the garden, whatever works, cast the spell for divine guidance while calling in the healing angels of signs with the intent, the emotional intent. No, I'm going to demonstrate love in this situation to the best that I can, but I'm building up to it. This would be the mantra to do along with it. A little bit or a lot of it every day for 2 weeks or whenever you're watching this video. To help you do it. And sometimes this makes it very specific for people. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the ascended masters of guidance, intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, all the Claire sisters, Claire Danes, Claire de Lune. Please, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video to align this, to empower it, to bring it all into one movement. That they can manifest their heart's desire of guidance, shifting their perception, giving them the strength, courage, and stamina they need to keep calm during this, following the signs. If they call in, it's their free will to call in the healing angels of signs to help them heal through signs and heal their signs so that they can really demonstrate love in this situation. So the perfect healing mantra, the card of spirit for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, this beautiful, beautiful October, November 2022. Inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. You're an amazing liar. No, I'm just salty. I'm doing this during Dark Moon in Virgo, so please bear with me. I am salty as fuck today. That was funny, though. You can be funny. You're allowed to be funny. You're Sagittarians. You get it, right? But inspiring others, right? This is so very Sagittarian. And plus, what are you getting? Divine guidance and signs, which can really be inspiring. Dr. Len would say, are you coming from memory data or are you coming from inspiration? And if you don't know, breathe and ho. Oponopono. What was this? Inspiring others, because the alphabet is still the same in this timeline. Thankfully, I can jump from one to another. It doesn't change drastically, although I wouldn't remember if it hadn't. Please take a nice deep breath. Inspiring others. Inspiring others, I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. And you can even do that silently to prepare, by the way. When others are inspired, you allow them to take center stage and step into a greater acknowledgement of their personal power. When others are made to feel useful, they are likely to embrace more courageous decisions as their self-worth increases. So that might be what the lead in this situation to be alchemized into gold is someone they're not feeling worthy of it. And if you're like crossing T's and dotting I's, be like pretending to be something they're not. So what a blessing. Imagine the perfection of not having to do everything by yourself and infusing others with a greater sense of purpose just by asking for their help. I mean, talk about disarming. I mean, and demonstrating love. Come on. How many lifetimes do you want to do this with these people? Be delayed but not prevented. Instead, it's about realizing the gift of inspiration you possess, Sagittarius, simply by inviting others to be a part of your day. This mantra is ideal for increasing intimacy in relationships, resolving martyrdom, which I think is worth the price of admission of doing a mantra, and communicating your needs. Well, I would call this a honka-chonka, tonka toy puzzle, right? Diplo, not just Lego, Diplo. Big, chunky, obvious blocks of information, inspiration, guidance, and grace here for you. So here's what we're going to do if you're new, which also rhymes. We're going to do what's called a blessimation. It's a combination of a blessing and a summation of it. And at the end, if you want to hang around for it, I release the Sagittarian and the cross-watchers energetically by letting the goofy run wild. Shall we? Let's get this together. Both feet on the floor if you can. And lepidolite, smoky quartz, selenite, jasper. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need. This beautiful, beautiful new moon in Scorpio, full moon in Taurus, October, November 2022, with all that they need to inspire others, because they can help others feel embodied, empowered, probably embodied too, simply by acknowledging their gifts. And what a way of demonstrating love, finding out what's important to them and acting on it, demonstrating by example, teaching and leading by example, following the signs if they call for them from the collective healing angels in that particular legion of Archangel Michael, and they're really good at that, with that vibe of Australian agate, right? Shifting their perception, the signs, the demonstrating love, the acknowledging even silently other people's strengths and gifts. That's going to shift their perspective in this whole thing, change the the vibe and the vine, I guess, shifting it to a better timeline, right? Giving them the strength, the courage, and the stamina to pull this off a little bit day by day by day by day, so that they can ground and manifest their heart's desire via divine guidance, not the gossip mill, maybe not even anyone in the horizontal plane at all, but divine guidance to plant this seed and harvest well. That whispers from the beings who shine. Let their messages be clear and kind for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we all will it. So let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. What a lovely read. I mean, it's got its problems, obviously, but hey, it's something you can do a little bit every day. So did you like it? Did it make sense? Did it click for you? Then please hit the like button, the thumbs up, to help the other Sagittarians and cross-watchers find it. It is the only way I'm aware of that it changes the algorithm so that they can find what they need. I mean, they'll be guided anyway, but why not help, right? And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, because I'm not stopping. Because I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle. It's really just a way to get my work out in the world. But if you are a creative type, I highly recommend patreon.com for yourself, because I get paid once a month from them, and that's why I serve. I serve there every day. The magic, the miracles, the mysticism, and the most authentic Mal, particularly in the morning live streams. Cup of coffee, bathrobe, hair usually up in a ponytail, doing all of that. The extended reads, the Zoom stuff, all sorts of goodies over there. So come Patreon on Patreon. And if you want to book me for a private reading, you might want to come closer. You want to book me for a private reading? There's a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal, but we're afraid to ask. Yeah, crosses T's and dots I's. Oh, I love you all so much. My archers, my ninth housers, my mutable fires. Have at it. Do the work. Call in those angels. Demonstrate love. Because don't we need more of that on planet Earth right now? Thank you so much for watching. And again, if I didn't say it enough, I love you. of you. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.